CEO of Brand South Africa, Neville Matjie, joins us on the line to discuss the role of football in shaping national pride and unity. Neville, very good evening to you. Thank you so much for your time and welcome.
Thank you very much and good evening. Thank you for having me and good evening to the viewers.
Perhaps, firstly, maybe let's start here. What is the role of Bafana Bafana in uniting South Africans across the many communities? Yesterday, hundreds of people came together at the Mall of Africa to watch Bafana Bafana and cheer for them, all under one roof.
Yeah, just remember that football has always been bigger than football in South Africa. It's a big sport. So when Bafana Bafana plays, something remarkable happens. For 90 minutes, South Africans from every walk of life, they wear their T-shirts to come out and really support Bafana Bafana. And as Brand South Africa, we always say that every South African has a role to play in building our nation's reputation. So that is what our Play Your Part campaign is about, really, to ensure that we encourage active citizenship who can contribute to a stronger South Africa. So Bafana Bafana has really done it for us. Win or lose is bigger than that. It's about ensuring that as a nation, we're there to support our team and we're there to support our boys.
Yeah. When Bafana steps onto a stage as big as the FIFA World Cup, it becomes more than football. How much do moments like these shape global perceptions of South Africa as a country?
Yeah, so what is quite important for us is that we need to understand that sport really gives us a story that we can unite us all. And it reminds us that despite our differences, we share one flag, one anthem, and one future. When our national teams really perform well, like Bafana, or when they are there shaping our values in the international platforms, that in itself says a lot about our country as South Africa. So for us, it's a remarkable opportunity for us to really showcase our destination. It's a remarkable opportunity to showcase South Africa. Remember, FIFA World Cup is the biggest World Cup and that in itself draws a lot of audiences from all walks of life. People hear about our country as South Africa, and they are interested in knowing where's this destination, what does it have to offer, and we always capitalize on that as Brand South Africa to ensure that we can showcase the best of South Africa in the international markets, utilizing the successes of Bafana Bafana.
As we have interacted on the show with people from all walks of life across the continent, really just asking them who they support and what their sentiment was, with some supporting Mexico rather than Bafana Bafana in yesterday's match. And a lot of the comments that I'm reading coming into the question really are speaking and really reflecting on what is happening in South Africa. A lot of brandishing around South Africa being xenophobic and, a lot of teasing around maybe they should, focus on their jobs because they're afraid that people will get their jobs. How do you respond to such a position, just given the context of what is going on in South Africa right now, and how that perhaps speaks to Brand South Africa?
Yeah, you must remember that not every South African is xenophobic. You can't tell me that 65 million people in South Africa are all xenophobic. Yes, you have pockets of individuals, of course, driving the narrative, and we've seen, of course, unfortunately, in some small quarters and contained areas where there is, of course, that element of saying undocumented foreign nationals, of course, need to go home. What is critical for us as Brand South Africa is to really focus on what unites us and who we are as a nation. We are African before we are anyone else. We are African before we are South African. And that is the part that is most critical for us. We've had a number of engagements. There was an engagement with the Botswana when the president did a state visit to Botswana. The teams in Botswana are very welcoming and they know who South Africans are. But last week, President Ruto visited South Africa with a huge Kenyan delegation.
Yes.
And we know who South Africans are. And nowhere did the issue of xenophobia emerge in every single meeting that we had with those delegations. And it's the same cause when we visit other African countries. Unfortunately, some individuals capitalize on this very emotive issue to really drive a certain agenda. So for us as Brand South Africa, we focus on the true narrative about South Africa, and we push out the correct stories about who we are as a nation.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, just driving the message, yes, undocumented migrants must be documented, but not condoning in any sense the nature of violence and the xenophobic sentiments that have taken place with criminality from some parts and some people who are driving that narrative. Neville, there's also an argument that successful national teams can inspire confidence beyond sport, like areas like tourism, investment, and even social cohesion. How interconnected are those elements when it comes to the country's broader brand?
Yeah, they're all very important. What is important, but for us, is bigger than winning the title. Is about ensuring that we are there on the global stage. You know, the World Cup, of course, the Football World Cup is a remarkable opportunity for us as a country. It's a remarkable opportunity for South Africa. That is why we really capitalize on it. What it actually does, not only in the destination where the teams are playing, but right here at home, it encourages entrepreneurship. Everyone coming out in their T-shirts, the viewing areas where people can be entrepreneurs. They sell their goods, they, of course, and drinks, and of course, that whole culture of Ubuntu is bringing us together. So the national teams really participating in global platforms is so critical, and it's also equally critical for us to really support our teams, our athletes. You know, the Commonwealth Games is coming up.
Yes.
Of course, the lead towards the Olympics. All those are very, very important for us. It's what drives a soft power, and that's what drives us as a nation to ensure that we are able to put our best foot forward in those international platforms.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much. Thanks for speaking to us this evening. CEO of Brand South Africa, Neville Matjie.